Next up, we have Omar, discussing how feeling pressure signifies that you are in an environment that can foster personal growth. Take the stage, Omar Hazem.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Omar Hazem, and I'm very grateful to stand before you today. Today, I want to talk about different situations that shaped my journey and most probably also influenced yours. So first, I would like to start by mentioning 3 thoughts. Knowing that you're expected to perform, feeling like everyone else is ready, and questioning whether you're even ready. Those are the thoughts that I had once I first stepped foot into a Model United Nations conference. Being there, I did not just feel nervous, I felt the pressure. And honestly, when I first heard the theme for this TEDx event, What If, I thought of many experiences. But the experience that I believe that would spark the attention of the audience and make them leave with a positive verdict and a positive impact overall is the idea of pressure itself. So eventually, I came up with the question, what if the pressure imposed on us is what makes us feel capable? I would like to start by explaining the context behind the question. All of us experience pressure in one way or another. Whether it was something big awaiting us, or something we beheld on ourselves, or even, let's say, exam grades coming out. We've all witnessed this type of pressure. And I could bet on the fact that we hate that feeling. I do not want to be put in a very meaningful moment in my life and feel like that this pressure is the reason why my confidence is being hindered. So, reality says otherwise. Reality says that we do not hate pressure. We hate doubting ourselves upon it. And I would like to repeat that statement. We do not hate pressure. We hate doubting ourselves upon it. So why don't we take this moment and actually refine my question? What if the pressure imposed on us is the confidence that we need? Aside from EMEAN conferences, I would like to mention 2 personal ones. As you may all know, us as seniors have to approach our college guidance counselor, give him a list of majors that we intend to pursue, colleges that we intend to go to. When it was my turn, I approached my college guidance counselor. I gave him a list of up to 5 majors. Of course, he looked back at me in shock. I know that it is my duty to research about every single major and understand what it could lead to in the future. That wasn't my problem. That wasn't the quantity. My problem, or the moments where I felt pressure, is when I asked fellow peers about certain majors that were listed. And I realized that most of them had background knowledge. They had clear goals. They had clear intentions. But to me, I did not have clear goals. I did not have clear intentions. All of this just inevitably imposes pressure on a human being. And if I were to be fair with you, I did not reach a solution to that matter. And yet again, I experienced the same pressure once I decided to enroll in a German language course with the Goethe Institute. Now this institute is responsible for teaching students German. I didn't enroll in a beginner's level. I enrolled at an intermediate level. When I first entered the session, I realized that most of the people were speaking fluent German. Even the teacher, when he wanted to explain something, he used to explain it in fluent German. And to me, honestly, I couldn't keep up with what they're saying at all. I didn't understand anything. And I want to admit in front of you right now that I used artificial intelligence for assistance. Yes. Unfortunately, I used ChatGPT to formulate for me 2 sentences to say within the session. But you know what I realized though? What I realized is that that pressure made me involuntarily work on myself. Day by day, I noticed progress. Let me give you a simple example. If I'm in the session and people start saying phrases consecutively, it becomes a habit and I understand what they're saying. You see, that pressure that I was put in was the confidence that I needed. And I thank God every day that I was put under this pressure. As I said in the beginning of my speech, if you remember, I said something and I repeated it. We do not hate pressure, we hate doubting ourselves upon it. People think that in order to gain confidence, we should eliminate the feeling of pressure. But I believe otherwise. And let me explain why. I attended up to over 12 immunity conferences. And the first 4, I wasn't engaging as much. I just watched the people engage in debates, start their resolutions, state their speeches, and to me, there was no pressure aimed at me at all. Nobody was expecting from me something. But the moment I decided to actually step on stage in front of the podium, holding the mic, my mind switched into a complete black void. I was forced to speak. I had to take that risk. I had to take that decision. And I did. I stated my first word, and that suddenly this first word changed into a complete meaning. And then this complete meaning changed into an organized speech. You see, pressure is a privilege. And that is a quote stated by a very famous person, Billie Jean King. She's an American tennis player who won a lot of championships with the American national team. She expanded on what she said by saying 2 important things. If nobody's expecting from you something, then there's no pressure aimed at you at all. But if everybody's expecting from you something, then just know that you earned the valuable position of people actually believing in your ability. And back to the majors part. Well, honestly, as I said, I did not reach a solution to that matter. If I stand in front of you today and tell you that this pressure made me find my ambition, would you believe me? Okay, let me tell you the truth. If I stand in front of you and tell you that I narrowed it down to 2 majors, you wouldn't be satisfied with my answer. Because you want to see me achieve the highest standards. People think that not achieving highest standards is a negative connotation. They perceive it as a negative connotation. They also might consider it as an insecurity. But why? At least trying paves the path forward to you. It makes you believe in yourself. It nurtures your abilities. So why don't you just take that decision, take that risk? An advice to this esteemed audience. Whenever I felt pressure, I always used to rely on a verse from the Quran, which states, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Which means, God does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. If I'm put under this pressure, then it basically means I could surpass its restrictions. And an advice, and now for the audience, I want you to go back home, to rethink your choices. Look in the mirror. I want you to ask yourself, should I stay back because my mind is convincing me that I'm not capable of achieving what I want? Or should I seize that moment and show people what I'm capable of? And I would like to end it on a rhetorical question. And before the hosts take the mic and speak, I would actually like to thank my mom and my dad for actually coming here and watching me. شو أغلى حاجة عندي في الدنيا طبعاً. Thank you very much for attending me. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.